Hey guys, this is the first of probably 8 bajillion videos I'm going to be doing this weekend. Um, so today the first DVD that I'm going to be doing, DVD review, is Open the Untouchable Gate. This was the first DVD of the week of the new year on Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show. Never got a chance to review it last week, so this week I will be reviewing this DVD. The event took place on September the 6th, 2009, and aired on pay-per-view in November. The event was held in Chicago, Illinois in the Congress Theater. This was only their second show. Does it still hold up after 2 years? Well, let's go to the review. The opening bout is a rematch from Open the Historic Gate. Dragon Kid against Masato Yoshino. And, as expected, these two delivered in a very good match. However, it wasn't as good as their first match, I thought, at the time, and I still feel that way to this day, that this match, while it was a good match, it wasn't as good as their first match that they had in Philadelphia. But it was still a good match, very entertaining at times. Dragon Kid got the win. Then we get a tag team match, Gran Akuma and Yamato against Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw. The story to this is at the first Dragon Gate USA show. Pardon me there. Quackenbush challenged anybody from the Chikara roster. Well, Yamato came out and kicked him low. So Jigsaw tried to come and help, and Akuma came and helped. And then Akuma turned his back on Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw. So he and Yamato are now teaming up. Now, to be honest, of the 6 matches that are on this isn't the best match. To be, if I had to, and I've said it many times when I've done pay-per-view reviews, I don't ever like to give an award for the worst match. But this was not the best match. I put this at the bottom of the list. But, you know, it told a good story. Quackenbush and Jigsaw got the win. But after the match, Yamato attacked Quackenbush again to continue the story between Yamato and the Chikara group. Then after that, we get an interview segment with the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Now, this was not on the DVD, so this is sort of on the pay-per-view, so this is sort of a DVD bonus. As they're talking about how they are the tag team of today, out comes Jimmy Jacobs and Prince Mustafa Ali, who say that you should join our group. Well, they don't, and Jacobs and Mustafa Ali attack both the Young Bucks. So then we go to this next match. Bryan Danielson against Naruki Doi. Now, this is one of Bryan Danielson's last appearances on the independent scene before he left for the WWE back in 2009. Now, at the time that I had seen this match, and I thought it was a good match, but I was wondering why everybody was praising it so much, because it had gotten, or it was voted within the top 5 of the Wrestling Observer newsletter for Match of the Year. So I got to watch this again, and I finally saw why. This was a hell of a match. A very good match. It was incredible. It told a fantastic story. Neither one had to change their style. Naruki Doi got the win at the end. Very, very good match, I thought. And it sort of sucks in a way that we never got to see Bryan Danielson compete on a regular basis for Dragon Gate USA. If he did, I wonder how he would have done and how good he would have been. So the next match after that is Brian Kendrick against Shima. Now, on the pay-per-view, we only got to see 2 minutes of this match. And they made it into a good storyline. They really did. But here on the DVD, you get the full match. And I have to say, I was sort of disappointed that, you know, on the pay-per-view, we only got 2 minutes worth. Because here, you see this whole match, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a match. Shima got the win, and Brian Kendrick loses, and he goes to 0-1. Then we go to Shingo against Davey Richards. In 2009, when I did the Buford Awards, this match was the runner-up that year to Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker from WrestleMania 25. This match was absolutely insane and is still great 2 years after, you watched it the first time. This match was the runner-up in the Wrestling Observer newsletter for the best match of the year behind Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. But this is an unbelievable match, an incredible match, and really, this is sort of, if you think about it in the wrestling community, in the wrestling world, this is really sort of the beginning of Davey Richards sort of becoming the man in wrestling, becoming this dominant wrestler. And it was absolutely fantastic. Now, after the match, he called out Bryan Danielson, and because Danielson had praised Davey Richards, saying he's the next guy, that's the best in the world, and Richards just beats up Danielson. Like I said, it sucks that Bryan Danielson never got the chance to compete in Dragon Gate USA on a regular basis, because I think he and Davey would have had a hell of a feud. Then the main event, a non-title match, Ryo Sato and Genki Horiguchi against Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. Now, they don't mention in the commentary because, like I said, their earlier segment was not on the pay-per-view, that the Young Bucks were attacked by Prince Mustafa Ali and Jimmy Jacobs. This match was, I gotta admit, it was sort of a disappointment. After the great, and I mean great match that the Young Bucks had at the first show, it was sort of hard in a way, I think, that you can, live up to expectations of the next match that you would have. And the ending is very weird. Cheating by Sato and Horiguchi gets them the win. Now there's 2 discs on here. So after you watch disc 1, disc 2, you got bonuses. Now the bonuses you got, and I'll tell you what it is. You got the highlight package of the show. You have the pay-per-view preview and promo spot for Open the Untouchable Gate. You have a 6-man tag from Japan, Magnum Tokyo, BB Hulk, Matt Sydal against Gamma, Naoki Tanasaki, and Jimmy Rave. And then you have 2 matches from FIP featuring Davey Richards and Shingo. Now, while I didn't watch all of that, what I did watch was the Fray. Now, this match had Eric Cannon, Hallow Wicked, Johnny Gargano, Flip Kendrick, the Great Malachi, and I got to talk about him in a minute, Shima Zion, Mustafa Ali, and Louis Linden. Now, what was weird about the Great Malachi is he comes out, and he's got that whole, evil gimmick, but he's got his arms taped up, and, there's gasoline on him, and they light a match, and his hands are literally on fire. I mean, it's just this weird thing. And Lenny Leonard, it's like he's having a heart attack. He's like, oh my God, his hands are on fire. Oh my God, somebody put him out. But it was, intentional that they did that. But the Fray is a fun match to watch because the rules are different. The only way you can beat a guy is pinfall, submission, or disqualification, which, is a weird, it's a different way from the typical Rumble match, but it's still a good match to watch. Johnny Gargano gets the win. And one move I do want you guys to look for in particular, if you decide to buy this DVD, is Prince Mustafa Ali. I've only seen this twice, and that includes this one. He has a move, a finishing move, called the Weapon of Mass Destruction. It is a reverse 450 splash. He stands on the top rope like he's going to do a moonsault. But then he does a reverse 450. You know how, like Juventud Guerrera is a great example. Goes to the top rope, he's standing like this, and then he does the 450 flip. Here, Ali is standing ready like he's going to do a moonsault, but instead does the reverse 450 splash, which is unbelievable. It's a sight you have to see if you have not seen him wrestle. And I really don't know what happened to him, because I thought he was a very good talent, and I thought he should have been given an opportunity in wrestling in general. He could have been big, not only, in the Midwest, which is where he's from, but all over the country. So all in all, Open the Untouchable Gate is a very good show. Like I said, when I, talked about this on my show last week, this was ranked as the third best show of 2009. And technically, in a wrestling standpoint, was ranked the second best show of the year by the Wrestling Observer newsletter, only behind Open the Historic Gate. Has two excellent matches, Bryan Danielson and Naruki Doi, Shingo against Davey Richards. A good undercard for the most part. Very good bonus stuff on here. Definitely recommend it. It is worth the price. And please, if you've never seen Dragon Gate USA before, I definitely recommend you get the first show and this second show so you can understand why a lot of us are falling in love with Dragon Gate USA as one of the best promotions in the world of wrestling today.